This week on Blockbusted, we're back, baby! And this time we're talking Star Wars, The Last Jedi. That's what it's called. That's the title. Yeah. Also, Sherlock Season 4. Welcome to Blockbusted. So, Hitchcock, I had a headache like 5 minutes ago, and I know, great way to start the podcast. I had a headache 5 minutes ago, and I took some medicine, and the medicine said, this is headache medicine, and then it also said, this has caffeine in it. So I think, in a way, that was the best preparation of all for this episode, because now I am hyped up. I am so pumped. I'm so hyped, man.
Now he's all drugged up.
Yeah,
you know?
drugged up. That's the word I was looking for.
Exactly.
Also, we haven't done an episode in 2 weeks due to school and busyness and also technical difficulties in a way.
Never happens, you know?
And
like 1 in a million.
So, yeah, we're back, baby.
We're back.
We're
it's
back,
good to be back,
baby.
Boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Living life on the edge.
I've realized I have a new Cars 3 trailer, but I've accidentally misspelled it as Cards 3 trailer. That'd be an interesting movie, right?
Yeah.
What if there was a movie about playing cards and it was like they murder each other?
Yeah, that'd be like that's not going to be the next emotion movie or something.
Hitchcock, I had an anecdote today that I was about to share with you about 10 minutes ago, and then I realized I would use it as the anecdote for the episode, which often interrupts many of our daily conversations.
Happens many a time.
I'll start to say something, and then I'll say, no, I'm going to save it for the episode, and then you'll start to tell me something, and I'll say, no, don't tell me.
Shut up, leave it. we need something, okay? What?
But so
save it all.
I was in school today. I go to school, if you believe it, if you can believe it.
Oh wow.
And we were looking at the Nuremberg trials from the Hitler, you know. And I was making some observations, something that I'd always thought about. Why is it that in old movies, in old like 30s and 40s like footage and stuff, seems like everybody always talks in like these black and white movies, they all talk the same way, right? Especially the men, where they all kind of talk like this, and they talk slightly fast and blah, 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 right?
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Someone next to me couldn't understand what I was talking about, and I have no idea why, because like this question has plagued me my whole life.
No.
But so I did some research into it. Turns out, the more you know, that with in schools in the 40s and during that time, they would teach you to speak a certain way, like dialect-wise.
Really?
And also, when you're a performer or like a public speaker or something, they would teach you to speak a certain way, which is why you hear so many people talk like that in movies and stuff. And once World War II came around, those teachers they couldn't afford those teachers or whatever, or something like that. So, basically people stopped learning to speak that way, and now we speak like normal idiots. So, yeah.
Serve for the better, right?
OMG, LOL, BRB, dude.
Same.
But so that was my little fun fact. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. I learned things.
Now you can go away from this podcast saying you learned something.
I'm telling you, I think that's my new video essay topic. It's just going to be about why accents from the 1930s have changed till now. That will last me 10 minutes, that's for sure. Yeah.
Very nice. Why it is how it is.
So, Hitchcock, what have you been up to this week?
Oh, jeez.
School.
Oh, jeez. Dude, that school is rough. School life is rough, and I don't even go to school. So
yeah, you stopped going to school, in fact.
Exactly.
Last year.
Okay, well, last year wasn't my favorite, so I'm going to try this. Homeschool. You
know, it's odd. Like, I feel like
better,
you're
but it's worse.
Just as busy, if not busier now.
Yeah.
Even though you quit going to the public school you were going to or whatever.
Yeah,
so,
well, I do spend more time sleeping and playing Battlefront.
That is what I was going to say next. Yes. Me and Drew both got Battlefront for Christmas. We both play it a lot. I have since stopped playing it that much. I play it maybe a couple times a week. Yeah. Drew plays it probably a couple times a day. And oftentimes when I text to see what's going on, he says, I am playing Battlefront. Or
when he
doing
texts
chemistry.
for his daily checkups.
Daily checkups.
How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, buddy cousin? You're gonna be here in
Oh yeah,
late
I am.
in what April, right? March,
Yeah,
April, March.
First 2 weeks of April, I think.
There you go. That'll be lit. I'm telling you.
So hopefully we'll get together.
Yeah.
And we've already schemed out. We're gonna. Well, last time we got together in Georgia we go to the Masters Golf Tournament. So last time
a sweet anecdote, a sweet funny story, if you will.
There we go.
Yeah.
We've told this before, but we went into Captain America,
the Winter
Captain
Soldier.
America, the Winter Soldier, as kids in the movie theater, right? We got kid movie theater tickets. So now we're like, okay, what are we gonna do wacky this time?
Yeah.
So we decided we're gonna
go. Because we looked at the prices of the movie online, and they said it was $8. Yeah. But when we got there, the prices had changed because it was a different time, and so because the matinee was over. And so,
and we only had like $20.
Right. We couldn't afford to buy tickets at that price, so we had to go in as kids. And so looking back, it wasn't that big a deal at all. No. But you and me were like mortified, and you were like staring at me, especially you. You were like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna get caught."
we done something bad.
Yeah.
So now we're like, we've got over that little hump, right? So
Now we want to do
bigger.
Something bad.
We gotta do something better, So
we gotta top
maybe
it.
We'll do a little theater hop or something.
Yeah,
like
we're
that,
the theater daredevils. Maybe this time we'll sneak into we'll buy a ticket for a PG movie, and we'll sneak into a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, maybe we'll just tell my parents we'll be gone for a few hours and just we watch one movie and just jump.
Well, that's the other thing is when you come, man. This opening's going on way too long. I think people are gonna get bored. Although we're such an endearing friendship, right? People would love this.
It's great.
But the other thing is when you come, you're gonna be able to drive, so we can do anything.
Buddy.
Yeah.
We can do anything we want to.
This girl I know from my classes and stuff, she is 8 months younger than me, but she's getting her license before me because I got mine so late. And you're getting your license before me because I got mine so late. I just, I'm telling you.
It's ruining Houston's life. That's
it really
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Okay.
Can't wait for that.
Should we jump into news? Should we jump into
let's
it?
Do this.
Hop in the deep
end.
end.
Let's do this.
First thing, Cars 3 got a new trailer. This was, it feels like forever ago now because
it really does.
We skipped 2 weeks, but I figured we should address a couple things. Cars 3 new trailer. Looks pretty good.
It does. I'm hyped, Starts out with the same footage we've already seen, right?
Yeah,
but
crash, explosion.
Comes little backstory on what's going to go down, a little more detail, and it looks really decent.
It looks like a decent movie. Like, everyone thought it was going to be trash because Cars 2 is trash. Cars 1 isn't great. I kind of like Cars 1, but Cars 1 isn't great.
I grew up with that movie, so I can't hate it at all.
But this looks like a Rocky-esque, like, I'm making a comeback to fame, type movie.
It's really good.
With lots of training montages, let's hope. So I think it looks great,
No, we ain't gonna have no more Francesco,
No more Mater. I think, you know what? What'd be great is if they killed off Mater in between these movies, right?
That'd be a huge step, dude.
He was a super secret spy in the last one. Maybe he died in a field explosion.
Yeah,
and
he was so much better as just Mater.
So you know what's odd about the Cars universe is that one movie is a racing movie, and then there were super secret CIA spy agents.
Exactly.
And James Bond has a car, and now we're back to racing.
It's wacky, dude. It's wacky.
Yeah.
It's very wacky.
It's very wacky.
Yeah, that second Cars is very out of place.
But I guess if we're looking at the Pixar universe as a whole, this is a world with talking toys and
talking animals.
Mothers transformed into bears. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's trippy out there. But yeah, Cars 3 looks great. I'm excited for it.
New Logan trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got one of those.
Yeah.
Dude, it's It's like very R.
Every time I bring up this movie, I say this same thing, but I'm gonna say it again.
He's gonna say it again
for the last time. No, not for the last time. No.
We wish.
I think it's gonna be the Mad Max Fury Road of 2017. I'm telling you, it's gonna be brutal. Yeah. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be well shot and well directed. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna win those Oscars. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, let's hope. Mad Max won all those Oscars. That was amazing.
Dude, it won a lot.
Yeah, I think it was 8 last year. I think
7 or 8. Yeah,
or it was nominated for 8, maybe. I don't know, but it won a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, the first trailer was kind of better just purely because of a song, obviously. But we did see some new footage.
It did have a pretty okay song, this one, though.
Yeah, it's true.
I was pretty pleased with it.
X-23 looks a little like X-23. 11 stealing some waffles, if you will, from this time it's Pringles from a gas station, and then Wolverine just takes a pile of cigars or whatever.
Just don't mess with any 12-year-old girl.
No.
Okay? That's the moral of this
She will cut your head off, as we see in this trailer.
Gosh.
Yeah.
It's violent, dude. What was it? I was scrolling through Twitter or something, and there's this news thing that was like, Logan 3 confirmed to be R. I'm like,
what? Really?
What?
Yeah.
It's, we have these 2 trailers, and now it's just confirmed? You know? I mean, it seems like it was confirmed R in the first one.
Yeah, I mean... It had a red band trailer.
Exactly. If it's got a red band, it's going to be R.
Yeah.
For goodness sake. But yeah, it looks great. The tone and the cinematography looks great. You know.
In the red band trailer this time, Professor X drops an F-bomb, which is interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched the red band for this one. I think for the other one.
Yeah, I did. But
this one. Okay.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I watched the other one. The only difference in them for the other one was he stabs the guy through the head with his claws. Yeah.
Yeah, that was violent, dude.
It was. Oh.
But I'm like, hey, Dad, you gotta take me to go see this movie. Yeah. I'm like, it's rated R. He's like, why? I'm like, because Wolverine shoving his claws through people's head. He's like, ugh. Yeah. I want to see it.
I'm probably gonna go see it. See what I gotta do is, and again.
Here we go.
I go back and forth between deciding I want to emphasize or deciding that I want to hide the fact that we're sheltered teenagers on this podcast and pretend like we're super cool. And then other times I go, you know what? Let's emphasize that we're sheltered teenagers because it's endearing.
Exactly.
But so, yeah, we're both 16, but there's still at least somewhat of a debate with each of our respective parents. Of whether we can go see a movie if it's R, right?
Exactly.
Which is fine, because but what I gotta do with Logan is I'm gonna buy the tickets. I'm gonna say, hey, Dad, I got us tickets, and then day before he'll go, oh yeah, Logan, and then he'll go, oh, it's rated R, and then I'll go, all right, we're seeing it tomorrow night, and he'll be like, okay, and then we'll go see it.
Very nice.
Like. I'm not gonna try to have the debate. I'm just gonna, just go for it, man.
You're gonna do a little tiny blackmailing.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I'll see it with my dad though, because me and him are the R-rated pals. We saw The Revenant together, saw Mad Max together, all that.
Good stuff. Maybe I'll see it. Who's to say?
Living
life on the edge.
New Power Rangers trailer as well. All these new trailers, man.
Left and right.
Man. Did you see it?
Power Rangers.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
I mean, look, it's gonna be dumb.
It's gonna be real dumb.
Looks kind of like that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 from last year.
This whole series franchise is gonna be the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we're gonna get a Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles team-up movie.
Now, holy heck, I would ship that. That would be amazing.
That would be kind of cool.
But, it does look like it might be some fun summer blockbuster fun. Some fun
stuff here
Pacific Rim-esque, giant robots.
It does look very cliche.
The effects. Formulaic. Oh, yeah. She's like, I will destroy the world. And I'm like, oh, great.
What are you going to do it with? A blue beam of light, maybe?
Oh, wow, blue beam of light is so creative. Yeah. The effects look pretty good. I thought the suits look good. It's I like a colorful movie.
Listen, we all know you ain't gonna get past those effects from the original Power Rangers TV series.
They're so
those are revolutionary.
So classy.
Okay? Those changed my life. Okay.
Dude, if people who listen to this podcast probably would be able to observe the fact that I love a colorful movie.
Yeah,
stuff with lots of colors.
Who doesn't?
It makes me happy.
It's great.
And Power Rangers, it looks like a pretty colorful movie. So
because you got the red suit, you got the green
you got the red suit, the pink suit, the green
suit,
the blue suit, the gold suit, all of them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hyped. It'll be
fun.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.
I heard someone say, I don't remember who said this, but someone said it looks incredible, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess
okay, I'm just going to stay away from arguing with you. That's what I said. Moved on with my life, boy.
Couple other things. So James Cameron has announced that he's going to be rebooting Terminator. He's going to make a Terminator reboot. And the director of Deadpool, I think his name is Tim Miller, is going to be directing it.
Another reboot? Didn't we just get a reboot?
Yeah. See,
I'm confused. This whole Terminator stuff.
They didn't reboot it. The last movie was a soft reboot type of thing, right? Where they went back to the first movie and they showed some scenes from the first movie and they replayed through it, and it was like a nice little nostalgic look back at Terminator, right?
Okay.
And this is going to be a full-on reboot, although people are still calling it a sort of sequel, and I'm like, what is it?
Okay.
But so, yeah, and then Tim Miller is directing, which I think is a horrible choice because he obviously directed comedy really well with Deadpool, but Terminator is the opposite of comedy. I don't think there's even a funny moment in the first Terminator movie at all. Like, it is thrilling, intense, you know? It makes me excited to see another Terminator movie because it's a fun concept. I love seeing killer robots pursuing people and eventually destroying them. You know, that's always fun.
Interesting.
But
interesting.
There's too many reboots and it's ridiculous and it's unoriginal and it's kind of depressing to hear about. So. Yeah.
Where's the end? You know? If this is this what's gonna go on?
You should watch my new video essay from a few weeks ago.
Exactly.
Make it stop. Content. When should a series end? It's quite a good video essay. You should watch it.
It is.
Link in the bio.
Check it out.
Nice. But yeah, only other thing. Our topic for this week is going to be Star Wars Episode 8, which we'll get to. What's the title? What's the title of Star Wars Episode 8? We don't know yet, do we? Until we read it from news. Only other thing I figured we should reference is the Academy Award nominees.
Yeah, we got those just a few days ago.
Yeah, just yesterday, Tuesday. Actually.
Okay.
I've been preparing my Academy Award nominees video for several weeks. Actually, I've been writing the script. And I made my I had to make my predictions ahead of time, right, so that I could write about them and do the script tentatively, and then I could once the nominees were announced yesterday, I was like, all right, well, I'll have to edit the script to match what the nominees actually were, and then I'll make the video. But I actually got them all exactly right. I predicted every single one on the dot, 100%. So I had to make no edits to my script, which was wonderful, so awesome. And then
so are you doing just one category, or are you
I'm just doing Best Picture, and then I get in a little bit to Best Actor, Best Actress, and Director. The other three kind of main ones. But the video is 20 minutes long because I analyze every single film that was nominated and give my thoughts on it, which was really fun to do. And it's exporting right now as we speak, actually.
Oh, here we go.
And it's been taking 2 hours because it's so long. So, yeah.
20 minutes or so, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Very nice. Good stuff.
There you go.
Alrighty.
But so I'll read you the nominees. Moonlight, Manchester by the Sea, Fences, Lion, Hacksaw Ridge, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Hell or High Water, Arrival. Yeah. I saw all of these movies except for Moonlight. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. I think I saw La La Land.
You saw La La Land. You saw Arrival.
Is that it? That's it.
I think that is it.
I think that's it.
Oh, did you see Hacksaw Ridge?
No. I'm so qualified to do this podcast.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm
People don't know, but we did an episode with Chance about a week ago that didn't get posted because of technical difficulties. And it was a trivia episode. And it was just a wipe through of me getting questions wrong and you getting even more questions wrong. And Chance asking us hard questions that we couldn't answer that made us look like incompetent idiots. Like, who directed this? And me going, I don't know about this Oscar-nominated film, who directed it. And yeah, I'm kind of glad it didn't get going. I think those technical difficulties were for the best.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was really rough.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll do it again. Probably not.
Probably not.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of glad to have that done.
So that's that. That's the Oscar nominees.
It is.
You're going to see all of them, aren't you, Hitchcock, someday? Yeah, you have seen all of them. Because as we know on this podcast, we just pretend we've seen everything ever. Yeah.
Maybe when I'm living by myself. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll just binge watch all the Oscar nominations.
I feel this podcast is almost just it's a way in which we both just reminisce about when we'll live alone.
Exactly. Oh, jeez. Yep, exactly. Without a doubt. Oh, jeez.
But so the next bit of news, which is in fact,
when we're alone, have our own job and our own car.
You applied to Regal for a job recently. Did you get a card back yet?
Earlier this month.
A report card?
I haven't heard jack from them. Yeah.
I got an email saying too good for them.
I got an email saying I got some Regal credits or something that I could use to get some.
They're like, look, we don't want to hire you, but you do get a buy one get one free popcorn coupon. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I should check my spam though.
The topic of this that's where Regal should go, in the ditch, in the bin.
Yeah, exactly.
So the topic of this week, I'm trying to get to the topic. The topic of this week is Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which is you've never heard that title before yet, have you?
No.
I've just revealed something to you.
And I'm amazed.
This is just a title, and so can we really milk a whole episode from this?
It's just a title?
Is what I thought earlier, but actually, I think, if we speculate a bit for a few minutes, if we milk this to its highest abilities, and then we can talk about Sherlock season 4 a little bit for whatever it's called, the pick of the week.
For whatever reason,
So, Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Star
Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. That is what it's called.
This year, December.
Force Awakens, The Last Jedi. That's boom. What did you think?
I first impressions was, I'm like, okay, yeah, I like it. I'm hyped. It just got me hyped for the movie. It's got a little bit mystery to it. I feel, who is Last Jedi? They talk about Luke or Rey, or is it plural? All the speculation. So I'm like, it is very simple, but I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm fine with it. I don't normally watch a movie based off the title.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh no, that's a crap title. I'm not gonna go see that movie. Yeah. That's like destroyed my hopes and dreams for this film.
I'm not seeing this movie. Okay, the title sucks.
Oh my god, that's so original. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It works for me. I do think it's a bit like Return of the Jedi. It's like,
well, and people have pointed out that we had Return of a Jedi, then Force Awakens, and now The Last Jedi. Man, those Jedi don't last long, do they?
No,
they go bad real fast. But they should look at the expiration date on those Jedi. But
they really should.
I like it too. It's got a red logo. I think it's got a nice kind of Last Samurai feel to it, is what Mark Hamill said. And I agree with that. It sounds pretty cool. It does sound like a fan film a little bit. In fact, me and you the other night Googled Star Wars: The Last Jedi and looked at results from over a week ago or whatever, and there were several fan films called Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Classics, man.
As well as there has actually been an extended universe book called The Last Jedi. It's not
there are
original a title.
So many titles out there for Star Wars, because you got that all that expanded universe that isn't canon anymore. So you're probably most likely going to be pulling something from one of those.
I feel like what's funny about these two titles we've gotten so far is that they're very basic Star Wars-y, if that makes sense. We got The Force Awakens, and it's like, the Force? Everybody knows the Force.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's The Last Jedi. Everybody knows what Jedi is. Whereas, if you compare, The Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope.
Okay.
Those are a little more vague, I think.
The Phantom Menace.
The Phantom Menace. It's a little more vague. And also Attack of the Clones. Oh, never mind. That's not vague at all.
No. Yeah, I can totally see that.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
I just feel like they
Star
might be
Wars.
making a point to put very Star Wars-y, everybody knows this word from Star Wars things in the titles,
And the last people.
I'll be curious to see what the last movie is called. But it is cool because it does sound like
the last of the last.
It does sound like it's a little more. It's not Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
It would have sucked if this movie was called The First Order Fights
Returns.
Fights Again or something.
Return to the First Order.
Right.
Something weird like that.
But the fact that it's called The Last Jedi kind of gives me hope that it's going to be unique and not as...
It's going to be its own thing.
Right.
You know?
Not as Empire Strikes Backsy.
Yeah.
But so the big question is, who is the Last Jedi? Right?
Exactly.
Right?
Is it plural? Is it singular? Is it Rey? Is it Luke?
Little known fact, the singular of Jedi is actually Jedus because, as you know, with certain things like octopus, the plural is octopi.
Octopi?
So
really?
Jedi must be a plural, Jedi, which means I think the singular is Jedus, right? So, in fact, Luke is a Jedus Knight, not a Jedi Knight. It's been wrong all along.
I think you're wrong. Yeah. You got to do some more research on that, I think. I think they're both the same. Like sheep, right? You got sheep.
Look,
go get the sheep.
I think it's
sheep, you know?
I think it's freaking obvious that
that
it's Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
the title crawl of the Force Awakens.
The title crawl of Force Awakens says Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi, also Snoke refers to Luke as Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi in Force Awakens. And in Empire Strikes Back, Return of a Jedi, Yoda says, Luke, when gone I am, the last of the Jedi will you be, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like my imitation there, it's pretty spot on, isn't
nice.
it?
I can never understand what he said in the first place. So that's very helpful.
Yeah.
It just sounds like...
It sounds like Miss Piggy's voice, because that's the same voice actor, Frank Oz. But I think it's pretty obvious it's Luke, honestly. Like,
definitely.
100%.
If they gave us a little of, the last of the Jedi.
Oh, that's true.
That might have been helpful, but no. Yeah, I think it's Luke, but if he's the last,
I mean, I do like this idea that maybe, like, Rey and Luke are this Jedi duo, right? Like, they're the last Jedi, and it's plural, right? It's like, we're the last Jedi, baby, you know?
Fight me.
So that could be cool, too.
It literally could go either way, but I think
like a bit of a Batman and Robin Jedi team-up with the last Jedi. You know?
Or maybe it means Snoke and Ben, you never know. Maybe, are they Sith? Because aren't the Sith destroyed?
Are they Sith? Oh, yeah, because Sith are destroyed. It's just the Empire now, right? Or is Darth Vader still a Sith?
First Order.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe he's still chilling in that helmet of his?
Yeah, what is Kylo Ren? Is Kylo Ren a Sith? Because...
Is he a Jedi?
No, well, because in Force Awakens, Maz Kanata, or Maz Cantina, says, I've seen evil manifest in many different forms. The Sith, the Empire, and now the First Order, or whatever, which implies that they're all different, and that the Empire and the Sith are the same thing, which doesn't necessarily make sense to me, because the Empire is like a government,
Yeah.
It's an empire.
Yeah.
The Sith was like a brotherhood of evil mutants.
Yeah.
So
Vader and Palpatine. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. They were
2 guys.
They were Sith
chilling
bros.
it out.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who cares?
Did Ben even become a Jedi though? Did he come to that point in his training?
That's true. That's true. I've seen some kick butt fan art of
there is some crazy stuff out there.
Of Ben Solo and he's in like, Jedi clothes, not robes, but like the kind of like, black robes or whatever. And he's in the forest with Luke, and he's got his lightsaber with the crossblade, but it's green, and it looks freaking amazing. So
cool.
Yeah.
Just makes you want to be able to create art like that,
Do you think Kylo Ren will turn back to the light side?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's because
I think these movies are made for families, and they're gonna want to do something heartwarming.
They're wanting to bring the family back together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got.
Then again, they killed all of their characters in the last movie, so I think nothing's set in stone.
I got the impression, when Kylo is standing on the bridge with Han Solo, he's saying, "I know what I need to do, but I don't have the strength to do it." Some, like my parents said, like he's talking about turning back to the light side, stepping away from Snoke.
Yeah.
But I was always under the impression that he's got to kill his dad to truly become evil. You know,
yeah,
that's what I thought it was, and so I think, I don't know, I don't think, I mean, I just don't see him turning back to the good side.
Yeah,
you know, because, like, who would there be left to fight on the evil? I mean, because if he turns back to the good side,
it'd be
that's
like
gonna be so.
It'd be like the Nemesis song from Perry the Platypus and Phineas and Ferb when he loses his nemesis.
Oh, jeez, but it'll be so exactly like Return of the Jedi, you know?
Yeah.
If he turns back, it'll be
that is true. They might just not do it just in order to, you know, make sure they're not.
That's going to be so copycat, you know?
Yeah.
Which I really don't want it. I want it to be its own thing. I want it to be very different from.
Do you think Rey will turn evil?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I don't think.
I guess, but then who would be left on the good side?
See, here's what would be amazing. What if Kylo Ren turns good and Rey turns evil, and then they fight each other?
Yeah, Kylo's like, you know what? I want to be with that Rey. Okay, she was pretty hot. So
and then she's like, I'm leaving.
I'm going.
Yeah.
And then they're back fighting each other. I don't know.
Look, I don't think they're gonna do that because it's too much of a risk, and they don't take risks except when they killed all their main characters, which was a pretty big risk.
Yeah.
But I would like them to do it.
Maybe
I think that'd be freaking awesome.
You think?
It'd be cool because it'd just be different, you know, something unique. B, Daisy Ridley would look sexy as a Sith, right? I mean, if we're talking Daisy Ridley here, girls always look better when they've got a red lightsaber with double blades and they're trying to kill someone. I mean, that's just a fact of life.
I guess I can see it. I don't know. I don't really want it to happen.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe
you just like Daisy Ridley too much to see her turn on you.
Exactly. I don't know. Maybe Kylo comes over the good side and they bring back a classic character, Mr. Jar Jar Binks. You know?
What do you think Luke Skywalker is gonna die?
Maybe Luke Skywalker turns bad. Maybe that's what.
Ooh.
Maybe Luke Skywalker.
Maybe he's the last Jedi, and then he's the Jedi.
And then he's not the last Jedi.
The not Jedi.
But, yeah, maybe Luke is Snoke. You know.
Ooh.
Maybe we got a little Wizard of the Oz.
I love the fan theory that Snoke is actually tiny, like Yoda. And that hologram just makes him look big. It's kind of like a magnifying glass from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But yeah, I think he'll die. I think he will. I think they're going to kill off all the major characters. Now that Carrie Fisher passed, I think they're going to kill off her. I think, you know, they've already killed off Han, and I think they're just going to do it to Luke too. Because you always have to have the mentor die, you know?
Exactly. You got to. It's got to be super cliche.
It's a requirement.
You know? I think Chewie's gonna become a Jedi though. You know?
Yeah, Chewie I think won't die.
I think Chewie, he will have the guts.
Chewie is, as we know, Chewie is an immortal being because he looks the same in the prequels and he looks the same now. You know? Yeah.
Exactly, dude. He's got maybe they'll put some gray hairs on him. You know? Half of his.
I'd love to see an all-out gray Chewie or white. He's a white. He's an all-white. Wookiee.
Wampa-esque.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Are Wampas just
I don't know,
Wookiees
Chewie.
with different muscles and fur color?
Exactly. Oh. Maybe their Wookiees turn to the dark side.
That's mind-blowing. Yeah.
I know.
I'm hyped.
It's going to be interesting.
Rian Johnson is a good director. I think, just judging from...
What else he's done?
Kind of he did Rian Looper.
Okay, yeah.
We talked about this. It's a time travel movie. We've said this many times.
Yeah.
But I do think it looks like it already has a darker tone. We've got a red font. The title is slightly ominous, it seems like.
Yeah.
He's a fairly dark director. I wouldn't say dark. He's just, he's a serious director. And what was my other thing I was going to say? Benicio del Toro was cast as a bounty hunter, which I just think will be awesome, and bounty hunters kind of just make everything seem cooler and darker and edgier.
What could his role be?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I don't know. I think we're gonna get like some Finn and Poe adventures while Rey is trading.
Finn and Poe romance.
Just like, see, it's gonna be like because Luke was training with Yoda while Han and Leia were having their own adventure in the asteroid field, right? and having romance. This time it's going to be Rey's training with Luke, and Finn and Poe are having their own adventure in the asteroid field.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Maybe be See, that'd be so much like Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
I don't know.
Like, because that's exactly what... And you have Boba Fett chasing
exactly.
Leia and Han.
Well, see, like, but what are they going to do?
Chasing them,
what are they going to do to differentiate it from Empire Strikes Back? Because Finn and Poe have to do something, you know? They gotta be part of the plot.
Have a little space advantage.
Yeah.
Adventure, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Finn turns to the dark side.
Ooh. No, he already was dark side, so then he turned back. So that'd be a really convoluted flip-flop.
What if he goes back, though?
He's like, you know what I miss? The Empire had a lot better arrangements here. The Rebels are always staving off the mere rations of the...
Exactly.
You know what's odd about the Resistance, right? Is that... At this point, Mr. Plinkett makes this note in Red Letter Media. He goes,
nice.
Shouldn't, now that the Empire is out of power and the Resistance is, and now the Empire is out of power and the Republic is back in order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are these people called the Resistance? Shouldn't they just be called the status quo? Like, because they shouldn't be this, like, struggling, like... Oh, we've got barely any resources or whatever now. Like, the Republic's back in order. Shouldn't they have an army to fight the First Order or something? And shouldn't that be the Resistance?
Really good point.
I don't know. Also, like, if we're going to nitpick here, where did the First Order get the funds to build Starkiller Base, right?
Yeah.
After all these Death Star explosions? And how did no one notice? And how did they rise to power all over again, just like the Empire did, when, as far as we know, they didn't like take over the Senate slowly, like Palpatine did, which is one of the better parts of the prequels.
It is, definitely.
The idea that he's just slowly like creeping his way into the Senate, and then suddenly it's an Empire, like that. Yeah. I love that part of them. But the First Order didn't have that. So they're just like suddenly
they're
this
just
giant.
Got that but bang!
Right,
we here, boys.
They just
Get
build
out of
a
my
circular
way.
base. They recruit a bunch of people, and then they just send all their people into planets, and they go, all right, we own the world now. So I don't know what the First Order is.
That isn't really a world.
It's a universe, if you will.
They did destroy the Republic, didn't they? With their first big.
That's true.
Explosion.
That's
thing,
actually
right?
a good
so
point.
that's part of it.
But like. They were already in power at that point, and they built a giant planet base. So and they had a big army and big TIE fighters.
I think once you got rid of Jar Jar Binks, you're all good to
Plinkett.
go. Once he's gone, I think you're safe.
Plinkett also noted that like it would have been so much cooler, right, to see a Resistance that's like totally like they have all the funds and stuff.
Yeah.
And see the First Order be the ones that are like struggling to rise back to power, right? And they're like
that'd be real good.
Lurking in the shadows, and they've got like hand-me-down TIE fighters, right? That are malfunctioning. Yeah,
but then you'd have to have the First Order win, right? Because you got to root for the underdog. You know, if the big army wins, you're gonna be like, okay, well,
that is true. If we're judging by Star Wars standards, which is that they always. The underdog always wins.
The underdog has to win.
It's always very feel good in that respect.
Exactly.
Then the good guys always have to be the underdog. They can never be the one in power.
Exactly. I don't know.
Anyway, that's Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Oh, feels good to say it. Say the title. Right?
Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
What time are we at here?
40 minutes.
Ooh. This is going to be a good length episode. Wow. Yeah.
Episode.
We're turning into real geeks here.
Episode.
Slowly evolving. Devolving, I should say. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Why don't we get into Pick of the Week real quick?
Yeah.
Which I figured we should just talk about Sherlock Season 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
it happened.
It did happen. It happened 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And just before we start, full spoilers, full disclosure, spoilers. That's all I was going to say.
Here.
Yeah.
Get out of here, all you Sherlock haters.
All these spoilers, all of them.
Yes.
What'd you think of Sherlock Season 4?
Overall, as a whole, I was a bit disappointed. Each episode has its moments, which are really good and I love.
Yeah.
But overall, I felt like it was there is talk like this is the final season, and I did feel like it was a poor way to end.
Yeah.
There's nothing super bad or wrong about it. It was all fine.
Right.
it just
it's
felt
just
like
convoluted.
a very poor way to end. It is very convoluted, especially like the second episode. I think I had the most problems with.
I like the second episode the most out of all of them, honestly. I think
it was fine. I guess I just felt it's definitely well done. But I did feel like you got this whole thing where he's trying to figure out the serial killer,
right?
And then it's just back and forth, with John Watson, him not working with him, you know, and then all of a sudden the serial killer, he's captured, he's done, and you don't see him in the next episode. It's like, okay, well,
you kind of think he's going to be the overarching villain of the season,
exactly,
and then he's not.
Like, he's controlling Moriarty, But it does. I mean, they all have some pretty great twists at the end.
Yeah, they were lots of twists and turns.
Yeah,
but I feel like these episodes just suddenly were made into events, right? Where they're like, we gotta do events, and it's big and it's loud and it's Sherlock as heck.
You love Sherlock.
You love Sherlock. Here's Sherlock. And it's an event, and there's big twists and turns, right? And so in that respect, I miss the old days when it was just an episode. It was just an episode.
Exactly.
It was a simple case.
Solving the
Hounds of the Baskerville. They went to a town, and they solved a case. That was it.
Yeah, and it was great.
Right, it was great.
It was so good.
Yeah, and again, there's not a ton wrong with it, but I just feel like it's very self-indulgent for one thing.
Yeah.
To where, they feel like they're just like this, we've been on for so long. Sherlock started in 2010, I think, so it's been, 6 years or so. But they're like, we've been on for so long. Everybody loves us. So here's Sherlock. You love Sherlock? Sherlock and John Watson, they're best friends. Irene Adler, Irene Adler. Molly and Mrs. Hudson. We're going to do some funny jokes with Mrs. Hudson because you love Mrs. Hudson, right? The fans will get a kick out of that. And so, it just feels a little bit self-indulgent.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, without a doubt. And I think that was part of the problem I had with it, and on top of it being very convoluted in some episodes, But they did. I mean, overall, it did have some great moments.
Yeah.
We had. I think each episode had quite a good twist. The first one you had Mary die.
Yeah.
Which was out of left field. Like whoa. And then second one you had the reveal of the sister.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Sherlock's sister.
Well, and also like the bit where my favorite bit in the whole season may have been the stuff in episode 2 when Sherlock is just predicting like things like months ahead, right? Where he's like, John's gonna call Molly, so he calls Molly anyway. Mrs. Hudson's gonna kidnap me. John's gonna leave his cane for me at the thing, right? It's a little absurd, but I love it. you know?
That goes back. That goes like back to the good old days when like Sherlock, he was so. Yeah, I mean, he did that all the time,
right?
Predicting, and you think, oh no, he doesn't know what's he gonna do, but he knew the whole time. Right. That happens quite often.
Part of me likes the fact that in this season, like, we see a much more flawed Sherlock, right? Like, he's on drugs and he's like going crazy and stuff, and so you kind of. I like that we've seen, a more human side of him this season, but at the same time, it kind of ruins the character a little bit. Like, this Sherlock, actually, they were like making an effort to be like, oh, he's so sappy, he loves John or whatever, and like, Mycroft's like, this is a family matter, and he goes, John is family, right? And it's like, that's not Sherlock.
Which to some degree, I can agree with that. I did like, if we're thinking of this whole. The 4 seasons as a whole, you know, I do like Sherlock's character development throughout the whole thing.
It's a good arc.
He starts out, he starts out this really, really cocky dude,
right,
to point out flaws and just being a real jerk to everyone, and then he goes from, he meets Watson.
Thank you for your input, man. Anderson. Closes the door.
Yeah,
I love that.
Exactly. He goes to Watson's wedding. He promises to protect Mary and John Watson, and then at the very end of this one, he thanks what's his face for doing something.
Oh yeah, Greg. He remembers his name.
Yeah, exactly.
I do love. Yeah, it is a good 4-season arc. For this character, he has changed a lot, which is cool. Much like Tony Stark in the MCU.
Exactly.
Has changed so much, and that is cool. But also, like, I feel like. I don't know. You just want to see him be Sherlock a little bit more and not be so.
You want to see him be a mean dude.
Be a mean dude. Just be a jerk. I love it when Sherlock's a jerk. I love it when he insults Anderson and slams the door in his face. That's like my favorite bits.
Was good. Was good. Definitely.
But
overall it's fine.
My least favorite part of this season was the last little montage where they're like, Sherlock and Watson, my Baker Street boys. I love Sherlock and Watson. They're the classic duo, and they're going to be back to normal. And this is Baker Street. You're like, I just said you're like in a British accent.
Baker Street,
my Baker Street boys. And that it's just again, it's so self-indulgent. That said, I loved a lot of elements of it. From a filmmaking perspective, every single Sherlock episode is always great. Editing is amazing. The amount of things that they shoot are amazing. That dream sequence, so many different shots and things that they just took forever to do.
So good. So good.
It's well edited. It's well acted. The actors are great. The writing this season wasn't nearly as good.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
And I like the tests and trials and stuff in the last episode. That was really fun. It didn't really feel like Sherlock, right? But it was a nice way to do like a highlight reel of his abilities and stuff. That was fun,
I did feel like it was just kind of out of place somewhat because, he's in the one place where he has to make Molly say she loves him.
I liked that. That was a good scene.
That as itself was good, but then all of a sudden he smashes the coffin.
Oh yeah, why did he?
He smashes the coffin, and then Watson's like, "We got to do this, man." He gets back up, and he's fine the rest of the time.
Yeah.
I was like, well, okay. I don't get what the point.
I guess the idea was that he's just being played, and he doesn't like that or something. He's
exactly. Yeah. I guess.
What did you think of Moriarty's cameo in the last episode?
I love Moriarty's cameo. As itself, I'm like, okay, that's got to be one of the best intros ever. It is very I did like how they tricked you there for a second.
Yeah,
you're watching
5 years ago.
He's back.
Right,
he's back, dude. Okay,
right.
And he walks in, and Mycroft is sitting there, and you're like, okay, well, they kept Mycroft in here.
Again, though, another bit where they're like, we know you want Moriarty.
You love Moriarty.
Here's a Moriarty. You love him, right? And it just loves itself.
Yep.
And he did feel a little out of place. Like they just have recordings of him going tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Which I did like the idea that she did get she was basically controlling him. She was holding onto the strings. She got him to do that stuff.
Except the idea that because she's super smart, she has mind control.
Exactly.
Sort of.
Exactly.
I guess the idea is that she's so smart that she's able to logically convince everyone to do everything.
I think it's more manipulation and that kind of stuff, Yeah. Like, if you really want to do it, so.
Yeah. The reveal with the glass not being really there, that was good. Ooh. That was really good.
Like, dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, she was, as a character, she was pretty okay, throughout. Mm-hmm. I mean, definitely... You showed how smart she was. I did like some of the backstory scenes with her as a kid, really like, oh, geez, that's like freaky, right? But I did feel like, at the very end, it was just...
Where the plane was a...
Dude, yeah, the plane was tripping me out because the plane was there the whole thing.
And then it was just in her head?
It was in her head.
How did Sherlock call a girl on a plane? Was she... doing the voice of the girl on the plane?
Exactly, because I thought...
Sounded like a little girl. We saw clips of the little girl.
4,
so
exactly. I think the clips were just made to throw you off.
Right, but it was that little girl's voice on the phone, not Eurus's voice, unless they somehow dubbed it or something,
Yeah, exactly.
So
I don't. Yeah, and then he just comes in and gives her a hug at the end, which is.
And then she's like, "Oh, Sherlock, I love you. The family." Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just very. Just all over the place.
Yeah.
We sure have slammed it quite a bit.
I love Sherlock. If anything, this made me want to go and watch all the other seasons again, because they're so good. I went back and watched Reichenbach Fall. That was great,
Chris, so good.
So good. So, yeah, Sherlock's a good show. If you love Sherlock, you'll love these. Well, I don't know. You'll like these because they're very fan-pleasing. But,
have you read the Sherlock book?
I've read a couple stories from them, yeah.
Have you? Okay,
they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of want to read the book as a whole. Just
anything else you've been watching this week?
Battlefront,
I bet.
Battlefront, watching a lot of that. Call me T999 on YouTube, you know?
Oh,
Best kills of the week.
I watched
Here we go.
The whole series of Unfortunate Events series. The series of Unfortunate Events. I watched all 8 episodes of that last week, and it was good. It drags a little bit, especially in the last few episodes, I guess. But it's a nice vision, and it's really well cast. It's really quirky and funny, and has a really unique kind of style to it, which is fun.
Cool.
And the writing's good too. It's a good show. So yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I still gotta watch it.
Also,
I've been meaning to.
Timeless, which you should be watching, and everyone listening to this podcast should be watching, because oh my gosh, the writing on Timeless, NBC's show Timeless, on NBC.
Yeah.
It's amazing writing. Like, okay, not amazing, but it's really good writing. The past several episodes, which you haven't caught up on yet, they featured Harry Houdini, they featured Jesse James, and they've been really good. But the best thing about them is that they have had this awesome level of moral gray to where the good guys aren't sure what they're doing is good, and the bad guy doesn't seem all that bad, you know. And so it's really well written in terms of the moral gray areas and stuff, and that's awesome. I love moral gray areas. So. Especially in movies. So
definitely should be watching that.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's just really cool.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's our podcast. That's our podcast, Blockbusted. It's on iTunes, HP1. It's copyright.
Real good.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of those reviews. I think we got
a
2
new
reviews
review
this week?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really good. We're doing something right?
I guess so.
Right?
We got a new review that says, isn't it sad that we get so little reviews that like we're excited that we got 1 review. But we got a new review that said, wait, I'll read it aloud. We're literally reading a review aloud because of that's how pitiful we are. Wow. Great podcast, one of my faves. This is from a guy named Persian Monkey, 5 stars. Listening to eps upon eps of this show. So great. Would highly recommend. Wait for it. They are so funny! ! I'm glad to know someone thinks we're funny.
Exactly. That's what we strive to do here on this show.
We're striving to have one person think we're funny, and it's Daisy Ridley.
Yep, definitely.
All right. So where can people find us on social media, Hitchcock?
I'm at nerd_stream7 on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
So go check it out.
I'm at Blockbusted Pod on Twitter and at Houston Productions 1 on Instagram. I'm going to be live tweeting the Oscars very soon, so that will be fun. You should go follow my Twitter.
That's on what, the 26th?
Yeah, I tweeted a thing yesterday. I've had 2 big Twitter things happen since we last talked on the podcast. One was I tweeted about the Flash costume, the CW version being better than the movie version.
We didn't even talk about that.
I don't think we did. And I got hundreds of retweets and replies calling me an idiot for thinking that, which was amazing.
Great.
And gave me a really good image of the hospitality on the internet. Also,
they're just so smart out there, you know?
On the flip side, yesterday, I tweeted, they said that Debbie Ryan was going to be in Cloak and Dagger, Marvel's new series, if that gets made. It was a rumor.
Yeah.
Debbie Ryan from Disney Channel. So I retweeted that and said, hi, I'm Cloak, and I'm Dagger, and you're watching Disney Channel.
That's
and
great.
That got 50 retweets or something like that. So which is big for me. So,
Exactly.
Not that I keep track of these social status things or care, but,
Oh, he does.
I'm above that. No, I'm not.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Alrighty.
We'll talk about something else next week. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
It's good to be back, though, baby.
It is.
Yeah.
Back in the rhythm.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Caffeine's still on me. Boom. All right. I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys later.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.